Welcome to Fairview Farms. It's going to be a walkthrough. We're going to do most of the rooms. Some you might not be able to see too well, but this is the current state as things stand on October 22nd of 2024. It's in bad shape. We bought this house from the previous owner, and he had kind of let it fall into disrepair a little bit, and you'll see when we walk through. All right, here's the front. See a nice arbor here, which used to be light poles, but it's overgrown. We've got a lot of damage to the front of the house. You can see if you look closely up top, there's a lot of paint that's worn off, damage to the woodwork. We've got this, that is, what is going on? That is broken. You can see up there where we've got some issues with that half column that's completely missing. You can see on the other side that sconce, and then the column there is what should be right there, but it's gone. Front door is a mess. You can see a bunch of junk all over the place. Lots of cracked terracotta tiles, worn paint, chipped brick, bad tuck pointing, wires, everything. This is the main entrance where we go into the parlor. Parlor is mostly okay. There's some water damage from when the roof was leaking, and it's also the radiator above this room was leaking, and it caused some damage up there, so probably have to replace some trim. Definitely replace some of the plaster. Fireplace is mostly in good condition. The granite's a little cracked down there, and we've got some of the plaster decoration is missing. The rest of it's in fairly decent shape. This floor is all tile with plywood or particle board underneath it, and then underneath that is this nice hardwood. Then if we go into this room, this is the burnt up fire room. Very scary. Almost pitch black. I don't know if you'll be able to see any of this, but previous owner had a fire in this room. It did some damage, broke some of the window, but didn't entirely destroy it. You can't see much in here. Further back, there's another room. This is what used to be the billiard room. The previous owner was using it as a study. That's probably what we'll use it as well. They're beautiful built-ins. The lights don't work because some of the fire damage got in here as well. Beautiful fireplace, but mostly undamaged, just some smoke that needs to be cleaned out of this room. Then back out into the hallway. Oh, we'll get into that room later. Back into the hallway. Shut this door. This is the grand hall. To the left, we have the living room where our kitty cats currently are. Say hi, Franz. Yep. And behind me is this door that goes into what used to be Mrs. Sconce's room. It's kind of a beautiful room. Got some smoke damage from that fire, but mostly undamaged. Can't really see it very well though. So once we get some light in here, there might be more damage. And then this room is a carpeted bathroom. Wonderful, wonderful. Lots of smoke damage in here. This is going to be mostly a complete gut because I don't think any of it was original except for maybe the drains and electrical outlets. Back out to the hall, and then continuing on through here, we have a little closet that previous owner turned into a bathroom. I think there's a light in here somewhere. Oh. Can't find it. Everything's dark. Electrical, there's a lot of the electrical is knob and tube, so we're kind of hesitant to turn a lot of that on. Okay, this is the dining room, mostly in good condition, but we have some issues. Up there, we've got a drain pipe, a 4-inch drain pipe that's leaking, and we have all the water shut off to the bathroom upstairs where that's leaking from, so it shouldn't do any more damage, but it's quite a bit of repair that needs to be done up in this area. We might have to replace some of those nice, I don't know if they're mahogany or oak boards for the coffered ceiling. And then something else going on here, which we don't know yet. Could be water damage from when the roof leaked, but we don't know yet. And we're gonna have to open that up and repair it, but it does look like water damage. Moving on. This is the scary part. This is the kitchen. So, first thing to notice is that there are boards on the ground. That's because right here, the floor is soft, and the butler's pantry to the right will show you why. Wow. So, underneath, this is the butler's pantry. Underneath that, I don't know if you can tell from the angle, but it's caving in. There was the old cistern from the 1870s original build of the house. Old cistern is right here. We don't know what caused it, probably water damage, but the floor is sinking in. It's affecting that area of the floor all the way through here into the next room over there, and also right here. This is the kitchen. Was probably remodeled in the 70s, and just low quality drop ceilings, fluorescent lights, plastic. We're gonna rip that out. Underneath this room is another cistern. It's much larger, but it doesn't appear to have caused any significant structural damage in here. Today we're gonna be removing most of the cabinets and stuff. This is a little breakfast nook. Not much to say about it. Cool stairs though. And that goes up to the servants' quarters. And then this is the room that the previous owner was living in. Cool room, smells awful. Dingy, drop ceiling needs to come down. It needs a good clean, and we have to rip out the carpets. More of the soft floor is down over here where it, that old cistern caused some damage. And then this, we're not sure what's going on behind that, but that definitely was a modification, and we don't know what to do with that. So that's probably going to come off. None of this trim right here is original. That's all ad hoc. So we'll pull that out, see what we have to fix. Moving along, that's the exit to the breezeway. That's down in the basement. The breezeway is a hoarder's delight. That's going to be like a whole dumpster full itself. And then back here is the summer kitchen, which is falling apart. No roof or no ceiling. Bunch of junk, more junk. Probably gonna have to gut this out here. Steps that I will not step on. Yeah. Just more work. More work that I eventually will get to, but it's not going to take priority. Kitchen's first thing. All right, interesting thing out here. So that's the door we came out into the breezeway. There's another door. There's another boarded up door. There were 3 doors out into the breezeway. in the blueprints for the 1807 model, or 1908 remodel, there would have been, in this room, separated out a men's room from like here over, and then from here to there would have been cold storage for the kitchen, and it had its own door, which is behind this paneling right here somewhere. And then the other door was a door from the kitchen, which is behind this, out into the breezeway. All right, do a quick down in the basement because it's a mess also. Very scary looking, but it's mostly safe. Basement, my stuff. It's actually kind of a cool basement, but it's a mess. So back here, black mold. This is the pump room where we've got the pump, water softener, iron filter. This room, not sure what it used to be used for, but that needs to come down. There's a weird tank there. This room, another weird wall. Used to have a stove down here. I think he was doing canning. Another room full of junk. This was probably one of his workshops. In here we have the air handler, which is ancient. Look at that thing. And it's actually an air conditioner too. I had a professor of mechanical engineering come and take a look. These are vapor and liquid lines in for an evaporator and condenser. I don't understand it all, but something like that is what he said. Room full of junk. Looks like a canning or a drying room. Very odd. Here's the other side of that air conditioner. Looks ancient. We couldn't get a date off of it, but this thing is crazy old. More junk. There's the boiler room. We're gonna have to figure out how this thing operates because it's gonna get cold here soon. And then last room in the basement is, this used to be the coal room. That was the coal chute. And that's it for the basement. All right, back out. Back out and we'll go upstairs to the second floor. This is so much work. We filled up an entire dumpster with just the first two rooms of the basement, and it was nasty. There's some really heavy stuff that was down here. Oh yeah, deep freeze doesn't work. Not sure if we're gonna try to get it to work yet. But that thing weighs about 600 pounds. That's the kind of stuff we're having to deal with right now with this house. Here we go. Back up into this room. We're gonna go up the servants' quarter stairs. All this paneling and stuff was added at some point. It is not original. It would have been plaster and lath. But we'll get to that when we get to it. It doesn't look terrible right now. Okay. This door in the original build was a window. There's a stairway out there, which is an extreme hazard, which we'll also get rid of. We're gonna make this back into a floor to ceiling window, large window, because it does not look good and it's terrifying. These are the guest room, or I guess servants' quarters. What would have been the servants' quarters originally. They are full of bugs and flies and very nasty. And they had a lot of water damage as well. Full of junk. We've cleared out some of it. This room at one point had a big above ground swimming pool here that was catching water from the leaking roof. It was wild. Damage. So much stuff has to be repaired. Previous owner wanted to put a new shower unit in here, and we'll say he ran out of steam. This would have been the original sewing room. It's in not too bad shape, but great wallpaper. Okay, this is where we get to the cool part. This is the landing on the second floor of the main part of the suite. So we have the main bathroom, which has some beautiful glasswork. I'm not gonna have to do too much. We'll clean up, fix some of the plumbing, probably replace all that wallpaper. But unless we have to tear up parts of the floor to fix the plumbing, we're probably gonna keep everything mostly as is in here. Out here, first room up the stairs is just a regular bedroom. Had some damage, water damage. Not sure what's going on with this room other than just some cosmetic stuff, but we're gonna have to fix all the holes. They actually tried to open up that used to be the closet for that room, but I guess they walled it off and built you'll see. But this is gonna have to be fixed up. We'll do the other side of that wall. So this room, not too bad. That radiator is disconnected because it was leaking and we don't know why. This is the other side of that closet. So someone built this, not great quality, but that panel is hiding the actual closet to this room. So no idea why they did that. It's very strange. But they did it with like this is the same molding as what's actually original to the house. And those are the same plinth blocks and everything. So but we know it's not original. All that's coming down. This will get a makeover. And then we go to the other side, which is a very interesting 3-room master suite. So we got this door, which goes in here. It's the first room of the master suite. Got some beautiful double fold doors. Not a ton of damage in here, but there is some up at the top where there's just been wear and tear and some water damage up there. Master bath, very tiny. Needs a good clean. Don't know if we're gonna keep this the way it is. Our current thought is to turn this room into a master bath, put a walk-in shower over there, tub in front of the radiator, double vanity right there, and then turn this into toilet room plus washer dryer if we can. And then this will be the bedroom. There's not a ton of damage in here. Believe it or not, that's actually original. There is some, you can kind of see some black around the register up there. That's smoke that came in from the downstairs fire. So there is some smoke damage in here. It's not a lot. There's a broken window. Those shutters are weird and probably need to be removed. In this room we did have, so you can't see it because my family already cleaned up. There's a big spot right here, which was a water damage. You can kind of see the outline of it, but it was a water damage spot because up there above, straight above, was a giant hole in the roof. And they put this ceiling up to cover up and not have to fix the lath and plaster. But it was nasty. You can kind of see this board right here has peeled back and fallen down. Underneath that, you can see how bad the lath and plaster is. And then again with the register, you can see that some smoke did get in here. But this room is going to be the dressing room. Is my wife's idea. Okay, that's it for the second floor. Time to move up to the very unique third floor. So third floor, it's the last floor. Cool stairs. Kind of dark. This first room up the stairs, halfway up the stairs, we're calling the storage room. In the 1908 remodel plans, this was just listed as finished attic space, but no specific design intent for it. Lots of damage from water, lots of chipped off plaster. So a lot of this is going to need to be repaired, but it shouldn't be too difficult. Once we get all the junk out of here, we'll be able to see the extent of the damage, and you know, nothing super fancy in here. I don't think they had any special design. I don't think the molding at the bottom was particularly fancy, so we probably won't have to recreate much, but a lot of plaster repair. And then this other room that's further up the stairs, we are calling the ballroom because it's kind of what it's set up like. Nice hardwood floors. They were finished and beautiful at one point. We'll get them back there. And then really cool, so lots of storage up here. First off, the closets fill all of the cavity space back behind these walls. But there's a lot of damage back there. Again, chipped plaster. There was water damage in here as well from the roof. But not a ton to repair. Cool dormers. They'll need to be fixed up and probably have those windows replaced where they did the jalousie instead of like the regular window. Those windows probably broke at some point, and you can see regular window, right? Jalousie window is this style where you turn this and it opens up. And they did that to three of the dormers up here. You see that one's the same way, that one's the same way. And then this is an access door out onto the balcony and the roof, but it's complete trash. We're gonna have to figure out how to replace that. And last but not least, the inside the walls part of this, inside the walls of it all, a lot of the electrical is knob and tube still. Some of it is fiber wrapped wire, so cloth wrapped wire. Huge hazard for fire. There are open wires all over the place. The plumbing leaks. And there are lots of extra pipes that lead nowhere. It's a mess. But we haven't done anything to it yet, and we will. That is it for the tour. We're going to set up some time lapse for taking apart the kitchen. And that's it.